Who is responsible for your inner voice? Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome back to Fearless Fridays. Today is Friday, December 3rd. This is episode 112 of Fearless Fridays. As always, I welcome you to the show, whether it's your first time watching or you're a return watcher. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. So listen, today I want to talk to you from this topic of inner voice. And this thought kind of came to me because I was talking to a client. A lot of topics come to me from talking to clients or from talking to other coaches or just from talking to people in general. But I was talking to a client and we were talking about what her inner voice was saying to her, what her inner voice was telling her. And I asked her what her voice was telling her, whether or not she actually believed what her inner voice was telling her, and where those thoughts and where that inner monologue actually came from. So 3 questions. What was the voice telling her? Did she actually believe what the voice was telling her about herself? And where did that voice come from? I think much of our inner voices, if we're not careful, a lot of what we hear internally, a lot of the way that we talk to ourselves or the way we think about ourselves or the thoughts that we allow to kind of run through our heads, a lot of times, well, I'll say this. A lot of times it's not from us. And I think it is an important question to ask when you start to notice what you are saying to yourself internally, or when you start to notice the thoughts that you're thinking to yourself. I think it's important to ask ourselves, where did this voice come from? Where do these thoughts come from? Are these thoughts that I actually believe about myself? Are these thoughts that I actually want to continue? Are these thoughts helping me or boosting me in any way? Because I think a lot of us, if we're honest, we can say that a lot of our internal dialogue, a lot of our internal thoughts didn't come from us. They came from people who didn't love us, people who didn't support us, or thoughts that came because of the way people treated us. Maybe parents said negative things to us and about us, maybe teachers, maybe friends, maybe foes, society, community, whomever. There are so many thoughts and so many voices speaking these days, and everybody's jockeying for attention and jockeying for platform and jockeying for value. And if we're not careful, we can start to internalize the wrong thoughts and the wrong messages, and those things become our inner voice. And so I think we have to be mindful of, we have to think about what we're thinking about. Pardon me. We have to think about what we're thinking about. We have to think about the voices and the thoughts that are running through our heads. And we have to notice them. And that is something that I work on with a lot of people, is actually thinking about what you're thinking about. Notice the thoughts that are running through your head. Do you like these thoughts? Are these thoughts benefiting you? Are they boosting you? Are they helping you? Are they reminding you of the beauty inside of you? Or are they demeaning you? Pardon me. Are these thoughts demeaning you? Are they diminishing you? Are they beating you down? Are you cussing yourself out? Like, what's happening inside your head and inside your heart? What is happening? What are the voices saying? What messages are you internalizing because of these voices? And I think it's really, really important and really powerful when we start to think about what we're thinking about and take charge of our thoughts. We have the ability, we have the power to take charge of our thoughts. If we notice a thought running through our head that we do not agree with, we have the power to take charge of it. We have the power to take it over. We have the power to change the thought. We have the power to change the thought that is running through our heads. We are not victims who cannot control our thoughts. So I think it's important for us to think about what we're thinking about, be mindful and be aware of the voices that are speaking to us. And when we notice that we're having a negative thought or a negative, when we notice that we're having a negative thought or we're speaking to ourselves negatively, recognize that we have the power to change that thought, to stop that thought in its tracks, to change that thought. Also recognizing that anything that anyone says about us that is not true of who we are, that is not true of who we want to be, that we do not agree with, we do not have to receive that thought. We do not have to receive that message. We do not have to allow that message to run rampant in our mind and build up fortresses in our mind that ruin our destiny. I think that one of the beautiful things about the mind, God created the mind in such a beautiful way that we have the power to control our thoughts. We have the power to change our thoughts. And our thoughts come out of what we believe. Our thoughts become what we believe, but also they come out of what we believe. And our thoughts become our words, and our words are seeds, and our seeds grow fruit, and that fruit is our lives. So it's a whole thing. Your thoughts aren't just things that come and go and you don't have to do anything with them. Recognize your thoughts. Learn to think about what you're thinking about. Learn to pay attention to what you're thinking about. Pay attention to the thoughts and beliefs that are forming based on maybe what other people are saying. And remind yourself that you have the power to arrest those thoughts. You have the power to change those thoughts. You have the power to change your own narrative. You have the power to change the thoughts that are running through your mind. You have the power to change the beliefs that are running through your mind. You have the power to change the way you speak about yourself. And make sure that someone else's negative words do not become the thoughts that you think unconsciously, then turning into the beliefs that you believe unconsciously, then turning into the words that you say unconsciously, then turning into the life that maybe you don't want. Because really, our life is a result, if you dial it all the way back, our life is a result of what we believe, what we think, what we say to ourselves, and what we allow others to speak over us. Just because someone says something about you doesn't mean you have to receive it. Now, someone may be speaking to you and being honest with you about what they see, about what they perceive, and you can choose to take that information and make a shift in your life if you so desire. But someone else's thought about you or someone else's belief about you does not have to be the end all be all. And be honest with yourself. If someone says something to you, I see you this way, or this is what I've seen from you, or this is what I've observed of you, you can take that in, you can look it over, you can be honest with yourself and say, wow, that's pretty accurate. Let me work to change that. And then that change that you start to make can be the new thought, the new belief that you begin to allow to run through your head. It could be the new words that you say, and it could be the new life that you see. So really learn to think about what you're thinking about. Think about what you're thinking about. Think about the thoughts that you are allowing to grow in your mind, the beliefs that you are allowing to grow in your mind, the words that you are allowing yourself to speak over yourself, because those words create your life. And the words come from the beliefs, and the beliefs come from the thoughts. It's all intertwined. It's all intertwined. So that's what I wanted to share with y'all today. Make sure that your thoughts are actually your thoughts. Make sure that your beliefs are actually your beliefs about yourself, and not something that somebody else gave to you. And if somebody tries to give you a thought or a belief about yourself that's not true, you don't have to receive it. You can reject it. And if somebody gives you a thought or belief that you look at and you say, wow, maybe that's accurate, you have a choice to change it. You have the choice to change it. You can control your thoughts. You can control your beliefs. That's what I have to share with y'all this week. As always, the euphoria of fearlessness trumps. Let me try that again. The euphoria of fearlessness trumps the comfort of staying safe. I'll talk to y'all next week. Bye-bye. Control your thoughts. Bye-bye.